Just a brief field report for today's outing. Today I went to the mall. I mean, in my kind of moderate-sized town with 300,000 people, this is like the only mall where most people go to. And today's Sunday, which means it's pretty packed. I mean, it's not as packed like you would see in big cities with over 1 million people, but it's decent foot traffic. But I still found myself really stifled in the beginning. And today I watched Tyler's New York hot seat, and it was pretty amazing. There were some very subtle differences in social dynamics that he talked about, like letting go of your self-image, letting go of your thoughts when you're talking. Like, just as I'm trying to talk in this video, I'm trying to let go of like all kinds of thoughts I have and just let the things come out. You really need to get out of your own way in that case. And today, the more I really experienced that I'm getting my own way, and I only realized this afterwards. Funny, when you're in your own way, and it's very hard to be aware of that because all your excuses will make sense. It will make sense for you to approach girls. But when you look back, you'll be like, it doesn't really make sense why I didn't really talk to that girl or that girl or that girl. But in the end, it was kind of slow in the beginning, but I kind of snapped myself out of it and told myself that I need to just talk to everyone, because if I only stick to the hot girls, I will be in deep scarcity with regards to good emotions, because you need to learn how to generate your own good emotions. So anyway, the first interaction was kind of stifled. I mean, I noticed that my body wasn't really moving that much. I wasn't really that expressive, and this is something that I really need to work on when I'm talking to girls. I mean, I did work on that before, but I realized that I kind of forgot about it, and it kind of went away. So yeah, I realized that's what I did in the first interaction. And the second one was better. No, yeah, it was good. Still good. And it's funny that right after I just told you this, all kinds of self-judgment came up. Like, the first approach was so fucking crap. You're such a creepy dude. What else? You will never get good at this. You suck. Again, you're creepy. That girl ran away. That yada yada. But you gotta ignore your mind. You can't let it control you. You can't let your own self-judgment, paralyze you from doing cold approach pickup. And that's a big thing. I mean, self-judgment fatigue has always been a major thing that kind of stops guys from going out. They judge themselves so hard for doing something that pretty much no one else is doing. Sorry, bad grammar. No one else is doing. So give yourself props. Every interaction is 100 out of 10. You gotta love your retarded approach. Love every approach you make. Doesn't matter who they are. It could be ugly, it could be hot, it could go well, you could stumble a bit, it could not be too expressive. Enjoy it. Embrace the humanity in those sort of interactions. And right after that, about like 30 minutes, 40 minutes-ish of being stuck in my head, I decided to finally fucking snap out of it and kind of approach 2 or 3 girls in a row. And the last one I went on an instant date with. Even though the chemistry of that instant date wasn't that great, it was good practice. I was just being self-amused and just kind of generating my own fun. Although I found that our chemistry wasn't really that great. My sense of humor didn't really match up that well to hers. She didn't get my jokes or that I was fucking around most of the time. I thought I was from Mexico. Like, she fucking believed it. Like, what the fuck? And yeah, I'm glad I pushed through it because it's trained my brain to understand that jack, if you push through the bad emotions, you will become a badass pimp or winner. Anyway, back in my room in my hometown. It's pretty cold today. I've also had a million excuses not to go out today. Like, it's raining, my mom was like, are you sure you want to go to the mall? I mean, it's raining, we could always go tomorrow. And a part of me was thinking that, hell no, I'm not going out, I'm not going away. I'm going today, I'm not going tomorrow. I mean, I knew if I put it off until tomorrow, I will not do it tomorrow. It will be even harder tomorrow if I put it off today. And that's the same for everything in life. When you put everything off, when you put things off, even just for the next day, the next hour, or even the next 10 minutes, if you put things off, it's only going to get harder because you're building up a resistance momentum rather than a action taking momentum. So anyway, the epiphany I had from Tyler's hot seat video in New York was that you have to be aware of that resistance and embrace it. Accept that feeling. Accept that you're feeling shit. Accept that there's all these voices coming at you in your head. Just accept it all and take massive action to stop yourself from thinking too much about it. And that's the main thing you always have to do. And he always says that. He also says that when he's doing public speaking, he always, the first 20 minutes he has to force stuff to come out. He has to force himself to talk. Then something just clicked. He just becomes very free flowing, very self-amused, and sometimes doesn't even know what he's speaking. The stuff just comes out. Sometimes you just have to be the observer and not the ego. And I think that's probably where he got his idea from, because in Eastern philosophy, there's a big idea that who we are is not our mind, it's not our ego, it's someone who's watching, it's our consciousness who is watching everything that we're doing. So if you could kind of look at yourself from a third person perspective, it actually removes a lot of the resistance or the bad emotions from yourself, because you're looking at it like, okay, so I'm feeling this way, but I don't have to let that emotion stopping me or blocking me from either expressing myself or doing the things I really want to do, or just focus on working. Because what do most people think about when they're working? They always think about, this sucks, I feel bad, I feel tired, and all that crap. But if you could look at those emotions and kind of make yourself go away, and make yourself, like the ego, go away and just look at those emotions, you realize that, you could actually do this. You could still work and focus, but then the emotions won't be there anymore. Once you're aware of it, you just stick through it. I think the most important thing is to stick through the emotion. If you let the emotion drive you, you will start going down on that downward spiral. So you gotta let that emotion go down again, go away again. And I think that's very important when it comes to game, life, and everything you do in life. So, also another thing I think I have conquered today at the mall is that judgment from the environment. I know I was kind of slow in the beginning, but after that I kind of really don't mind talking to girls when there are other people around. It's just not that big of a deal anymore. And I realized that people just really just walk away. It is probably a few people judge you, but you just have to handle your own reaction to the judgment very well. And I think the breathing exercise Julian was talking about really helps me a lot. And yeah, that's about it today. Woke up kind of early and did some work, and I'm gonna watch The Reverence with Leonardo DiCaprio in the movie. I heard it's a very good movie. I've always been a big fan of Leonardo DiCaprio, but I really wonder who he is as like a real human being, not just this kind of player, rock star. The media portray him as. I mean, if you look at him, he actually does a lot of charity work for the environment, and he uses his power, his fame for a good cause, unlike some of other celebrities who kind of uses them for their own good. And I kind of resonate with what Leo is doing. It's very high vibrational energy. It's very giving. And you could tell that, and people will always say that girls are attracted to him because of his looks and money, which helps. I'm not saying they don't help. I mean, if a genie showed up and he gave you one wish in order to pick up girls, and you can't change your beliefs, I mean, what would you ask for? Money and looks. I mean, I would definitely ask to look differently, but sadly, we're not in that world. So when people look at Leo, they always think that it's because his looks. I mean, which probably helps a lot with his fame and all that. But I think it's because of his childhood and the way he's brought up. I mean, he probably has like the most positive experiences with girls in the last 30 years. I don't know how old he is, but I'm assuming he's getting bitches from the age of 10. So yeah, in the last 30 years, he probably had so many good experiences with girls, unlike average guys who have a couple heartbreaks and is too scared to go out anymore or put themselves out there anymore. Whereas Leo, if he gets fucking rejected for like twice in a row, 3 times in a row, does he give a fuck? No, he doesn't, man. He got all these validations or positive experiences from the past. Just like how if I get rejected right now, sure, sometimes they will hit home a lot, but most of the time they don't really register in my brain anymore. It's kind of okay, next one. So yeah, that's it for the video today, and I'll see you next time.